What is going on, people? I am here for, if you couldn't tell by the title, another movie review. It's been a while. This one isn't your, most people see me do reviews. It's mostly horror movies. This, I guess you would call maybe like a subplot. It's, a thriller, suspense type movie. Not very horror. There's not gore or anything like that. But it's very suspenseful. There's certain scenes in this where you're like, what's going to happen kind of deal. So I guess you can call it like an offshoot of like a subgenre of horror, which is thriller and suspense. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by the title, the movie is called Goodbye Honey. So this movie, I believe, should be coming out soon to physical media. Once I found the ins and outs, I'll link it to the description and whatever. But for all my reviews, I'll leave the link for the trailer so you can check it out. I'll leave any information that I can find for it in the description. Anyway, Goodbye Honey was written and directed by Max Strand. It was also written by Todd Rawiszer. Again, horrible with pronunciation, so I do attempt, but a lot of the times I fail horribly. But I do attempt. It's starring Peyton Michelle Edwards, Pamela Jayne Morgan, Juliette Alice Gobin, among others. So again, hopefully I said those names right. Anyway, this movie is I don't want to call it like a cat and mouse movie, but it kind of deal. Anyway, in the beginning of the movie, you see a young woman. You could tell she's trying frantically to get out of this. It looks like a basement kind of deal. She's trying her hardest to get out of it. So you can tell she's probably there against her will. And at one point in time, it seems like she's about to get out. And then it kind of switches over, so you don't know what happens at that given point. So anyway, movie switches over, and now you're with a older lady driving. At that point in time, you don't know. You know it's a big truck, but you don't know what it is. And you could tell she's very tired. She's probably on the road. She's talking to herself. I think she said that she's been on the road for like 36 hours or whatever. So you could tell she's zoning in and out. She's doing everything to kind of keep herself awake. Well, she finds one of those. It's not like your typical like rest areas, but it seems like it's kind of like a park kind of deal, and then it has an area where you can park your trucks and stuff, and I'm sure maybe get some sleep or whatever. So anyway, she finds this place. She ends up pulling over. I'm sure at that point in time she thought she was going to have a nice little rest, and let's just say it's anything but. She's zoning out here and there, but then you see in the distance a figure, and this figure's getting closer, and all of a sudden it's another young woman, and again she's distraught. She gets in the car, she gets in the truck, and at this point in time she's saying, listen, I got kidnapped, I need to get out of here. He's coming, we have to leave, we got to do this. And the truck driver at this point in time is just like, I need to know what's going on. You're not making any sense kind of deal. And it's weird because at that point in time, the girl that was kidnapped, she's acting differently. Like you would think that someone going through so much dramatic stuff would act a little bit different. But at this point in time, she's like, listen, you're either going to help me or I need to get out of here kind of deal. And at one point in time, the keys to the truck are now gone. So pretty much now they're stuck in this area. And they end up going into the back of the truck. And at that point in time, you kind of learn the whole backstory of what's going on, who's following her, why it's, why she has to get out and all this stuff. I don't want to go way too deep into it because I do want you to watch it. But throughout the rest of the movie, it's kind of like stuck in, I don't want to say one area because it does move around here and there, but for a good majority, they're in the back of this. You find out it's kind of like a moving van with all boxes and whatever, and at one point in time you hear noises and, is it the guy, what's going on kind of deal. So at that point in time, that's where the suspense and thriller comes in, where it's like every little movement, every little sound or whatever, it's kind of triggering kind of deal. But like I said, you do learn the story, what's going on, why, like who's chasing her, why, and throughout the movie there are some scenes that myself, that was a little too long. It kind of repeated itself. If they cut it down by like a minute or two, I think it would have been, because there was one scene that I was just like, okay, I get it, I understand it, and I kept going and going and going. But for the most part, I enjoyed the acting. Of course, like I said, with thrillers and suspense, it has to catch you, kind of like, there's certain scenes where, like I said, it was like, what's going on here? What I was, especially in the beginning, where you see, almost an escape, and then it kind of just stops, and then it's into a different scene. So that, I liked how they brought that back into it. But for, especially thrillers, there's only so much you could do nowadays, where it's like, I've seen it before. So there's only so many different stories or plot lines that you can have. But this one definitely brings a new aspect into it, a different take on it. This is a female-led, pretty much, film, so that was interesting, because a lot of the times too you got male leads and stuff, so this one was definitely interesting. And like I said, the storyline and the plot to it was definitely something I enjoyed. It was just, there was some scenes that went a little bit too long for my, I don't want to say my liking, but it was like, okay, I understood it the first couple times you did it, and then it kept going. But other than that, I think it's definitely one you guys should definitely check out. Like I said, with all the reviews and stuff that I do, I will leave the trailer so you can check it out. Again, I know a physical release will be coming out. I just don't know the exact date. So if I can find that on like Amazon or something, I'll link that to you guys for sure. And yeah, it's definitely one, like I said, if you're into thrillers, into suspense movies, it's definitely one I think you guys should definitely give a chance and check out for sure. So just check the description for any information and stuff that I can find. And yeah, I'll also leave all my other links to all my other social media. I got a Facebook fan page. I got a Twitter, which I hardly ever use. I got an Instagram where I show off the movies behind me. I'm part of the Dorkening, the Wicked Horror Show, which is part of the Dorkening Podcast Network. But the Wicked Horror Show, where we talk to, guests and, get into the nitty-gritty of filmmaking and stuff. So check us out if you're into podcasts, live podcasts, or audio. We do both. So check that out. And yeah, like I said, just check the description for everything I talk about. And definitely check out the trailer and check out Goodbye Honey. So I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.